Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So the new purchases are coming thick and fast at the moment, or rather I'm grinding them out as quickly as possible before people lose interest, even though the lighting is again horrible today. It's just been so dark and dreary all day, so I've just decided to get going with showing you three purchases from Suqqu, the Japanese range, luxury range. Here we've got the rather boring, discreet packaging, very dark. You can just see the Suqqu kind of engraved in the packet. This is an eyeshadow palette. I've had a few of these over the years, both in duos, trios. I think this is my first quad. I think this is the Christmas packaging, but I'm not quite sure. It's certainly a new colour. Don't ask me to pronounce. It's number 109. I can't speak Japanese, so there's no way that I'm going to be able to tell you what it's actually called. But there were three different colourways new on the Selfridges website, and after much consideration, I didn't go for the more boring beige one because I've got so many. I went very daring with this combination of a fairly neutral peach, what I'd describe as quite a orangey tangerine peach, and that's quite shimmery, a very bright pink, which I am looking forward to trying, and the plum colour over here. Suqqu shadows are generally very good quality. I haven't even swatched these. I'm going to do it in front of you. But they're quite deceptive with finger swatches anyway, because they are generally designed to layer in a way that our Western shadows don't layer generally without getting very muddy. So in other words, you can make different colours with them, combining them. And I generally find, however bright they look in the pan, it's possible to apply them in quite a subtle way. Most of the looks are quite subtle, and they're kind of a kind of veil of colour rather than a block of colour. But that doesn't feel as if it's because they're poorly made or lacking in pigmentation. It's just the formula and the kind of look that the Japanese ladies seem to go for. So let's give this one a try. Here's the most neutral peachy shade. And as you can see, it's barely more coloured than my own skin. It's just giving a little sheen to the hand there. Does feel a bit powdery for Suqqu there. Let's go with the, that's very much softer, more tangerine colour, which is definitely showing up a little bit more. There you get it, quite a burst of colour. Kind of a spring colour really, more than a Christmas one I would say, but it'd be interesting to see how that shades on the eye. Then I hardly dare do this. This one feels a bit gritty, the pink. Oh, there we go. It is powerfully pigmented. Yeah, might be wearing that as a blush rather than a shadow, I'm guessing. It's quite matte as well, which is unusual for Suqqu, though you can see it blending a little bit there. After all I've said about how subtle the shades are, that one is definitely powerful. Here's the plum, and it's even got Suqqu embossed in gold on it. Again, powerful bit of pigmentation there. That's a pretty colour, actually. I can see that will smoke out fairly well, and it's kind of dimensional. So, kind of an interesting combination. That first one is not making much impact at all. I guess you might use as a kind of primer, or maybe to tone down the other colours on the lid. So I don't know what I think about my choices here. I haven't got any other Suqqu palettes to hand to show you, although I probably have got some lurking away in my drawers, although I've got rid of quite a few. I'll report back when I've tried this. I don't think I'm going to be trying it at work tomorrow, but maybe at the weekend, although I'm going away for the weekend, so I don't want to have too much junk with me. Now, the other thing, they had some new release lipsticks. I've never tried their lipsticks. They had blush, they had powders. They had a couple of nail varnishes that, for some reason, I decided I wanted to try. I'm wearing this one at the moment, one coat. Went on perfectly easily, nothing stupendous. I don't know how it will last. What is slightly disappointing, it's 0.25 fluid ounces, which, if you compare to a Chanel, is 13 ml, 0.4, so almost double. It's a very, very teeny bottle. It's not the end of the world because I seldom use up nail varnishes, and basically I have drawers and drawers of Chanel which I collect. But when comparing the prices, I think these are about £16. You realise that Chanel is much better value, even though they've had a price increase. This was the one I was really tempted by because it's a real Christmas colour. I think this is 103. So we just have a little go of it with it over. I don't know how pigmented it's going to be. Oh, I thought it was going to be quite transparent with just some glitter, but it's not. It's quite pigmented. Bear in mind I put it over the other one there. Quite pretty. Glitter not too obvious, actually less obvious on the nail, possibly because I've painted over another colour than it is in the bottle. I do like these vampy shades at this time of year, so that's quite nice. That one is 103 if you're interested, and this one, which kind of reminded me a bit of Rose Fusion by Chanel from last year, which sold out. I prefer Rose Fusion, it's much more subtle than this one. But this one is 101. Whilst we're on the topic of nail varnishes, because it's not going to get a video of its own, I also bought an Yves Saint Laurent one, which is number 91, called Red Lights, which I think is part of their seasonal collection. And you can understand why. This is real Christmas in a bottle, isn't it? A bit full on. Plenty there. There's no way I'm going to use all that up because it's not very work appropriate. But I just thought it was a fun one for parties. It's a while since I've had an Yves Saint Laurent one, and I can't even get in the bottle. I'm going to need a cloth to get in that, so not going to be able to demonstrate that, but you get the picture from there. So that's the little Suqqu haul. I'll let you know how that eyeshadow palette works out, because it is a bit clownish on the hand. I'm having doubts about my choices here. I should say that the other two palettes were both much more subtle. One was much more in this range. The other was a very brown neutrals based one, which I think a lot of people would love. So don't let my odd choices put you off visiting a Suqqu counter if you can find one. They are quite rare in the UK, because I do think the textures of their eyeshadows are quite interesting and slightly different from ours. So that's Suqqu. I have some Tom Ford Lips and Girls to show you next, but that will be another video. Until then, if you like this, please a thumbs up, and bye for now.